Hey everybody, it is June 1st and I am putting in my bought vegetables that I got over the weekend, and I'm planning on using my old chicken coop here as a protected garden area, and maybe even potentially turn it into a greenhouse to extend my season for next year and maybe for this fall, depending on what I put in here. I got two cucumber plants that I just got in the ground, and I'm going to vine those up along the wall and across the ceiling. And I think I'm going to have to take these panels here off and put in screen so I could have full lighting on these sides back here. I have to fix this. My dog tore that up when he was young, and I tried to lock him up because he was jumping fence and chasing after us in the vehicles, and he just ripped himself a hole through the thing here and made him sit way out, so that didn't hold him at all. Anyway, so what I have is I bought a couple of rhubarb plants that I'm going to put one in here, and the other two I'm going to put outside, and outside of this protected area, and see how it goes. I've got some peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, Anaheim chili, habaneros, and then I got a super chili, which I'm not familiar with that is, but we'll find out and see how good that actually turns out. Hopefully these things will produce for me, being so late in the year. But then again, I did buy them from a greenhouse, so they did, they're already got the head start. At least it's not from seed. So hopefully I can keep everything well watered for the summer, and I will give you updates as to how my little garden area is going to go. I do have a tomato plant that I have had in my house for, I want to say 3 years. I actually have several tomato plants, but I'm doing some cuttings off of them now to start new ones, and I'm going to take those and transplant them out here. So I have a tidy treats because I really like the cherry tomatoes. I love just snacking off of those every so often. So I'm going to put my big plant right there, and see how well that grows. Here in Montana, we'll see how that goes. And I am gradually trying to get my place cleaned up so it doesn't look like a disgusting junkyard. As you can see, all the wood pieces from constructions, garbage that needs to get cleaned up, all that crap. I'm going to get all that cleaned up. I don't know if I'll get it all done this year because I am working, and I'm planning on working more hours. Now this plant over there, I got to close this section off. Wind blew down these panels. I have a new system that I think works much better against the wind. But that right there is an elderberry plant. I pulled that as a young plant out last year and put it in the ground, and it is coming back up. And so those are doing well. I took this spring, I got a couple more. I don't know if you can see it. It goes up. You can see the tall branch. I took them more before they started blooming and leafing out. I went up to the mountains and got myself a couple more elderberry plants. So hopefully that will take. These will get established here. I see it's got leaves on it. And I have one cutting that I had kept in the house over the winter, and it's got young shoots, not like this because it doesn't get as much sun in my house. So but it is doing well, so I'm going to transplant that out here. That cluster of rocks right there, I had there's a couple of them that you can't quite see, but the plants are not coming back. I had 2 apricot trees and 2 grape plants, and they were Concord grapes. Apparently they didn't do well, so I bought 2 bigger plants, and they were not from like the farm and fleet store where you get those, oh gosh. They usually grow pretty well. That's where my figs came from, but I can't remember the name of the brand. But these are grapes that are designed for -40. So these are cold hardy. They look like Concord grapes. They're called Valiant grapes. And I'm hoping that these will do well and get established this year and then keep coming back every year. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do to make sure that they stay alive other than keeping them well watered. And as you can see, I don't know, you got some little flower clusters coming out, not much vining yet. I bought one over the weekend, this one. It had more leaves on it, but my baby goat got out and it looks like she ate everything. So that's not good. But anyway, at least it's still got leaves on it. It's got buds on it. We'll try to keep that one alive to make it through next year, and we'll keep you updated on that one too and see how well the grapes do. Okay, so this is what I've got done so far. Let's see if you can see that better. This is one half of my little chicken coop. Let me try and get around here. There we go. So I got these strawberries left that I have to plant in. I still haven't fixed this wire, but I did get, sorry with the way the, go see if that helps. So I put in my Sugar Snaps peas, but they're not doing so well at all. And I don't know if it's because I'm in my old chicken coop and it's got maybe the manure in here. I mean, I scraped a lot of it out, but maybe it has hasn't broken down enough yet. But yeah, they're not looking too good. And my strawberries, it's a little kind of shaded, but I just put them in the ground. So I'm hoping that it's not something in the ground and these don't get burned and they stay this nice dark green. They actually, when I got them, I don't think first got them, they weren't like looking this good. And, you know, dark green. But I had kept them in the pots. I watered them for a while. It's been a couple of weeks before I've been able to actually, or maybe a week. I think it's been a week. Sorry, not a couple of weeks, a week. And I just haven't gotten back to them. Today is Saturday, June 18th. I think it's the day before Father's Day. Anyway, my cucumber has grown really well. I can't wait for it to start getting like nice long vines. I got rhubarb planted in here. It's hard to see with this shadow. How do I block that so we can see? It was dying in the pot. You know, I paid like $1.50 for all these plants. They were not in really good condition. And the bigger leaves had died off, but it's growing more. And there's another new little baby start coming up through the straw. And if you remember my grape plants I showed, my goat got to them, my baby goat. And she actually got to them twice. And there was almost nothing left on them. I put them in here and this is how fast they're growing. Doing really well, recovering. And I even have my little grape flower is still holding strong. So those are doing all right. And I finally put in my little tomato plant It's a compact, actually compact. Everything's like really tight, as you can see down here. And this is like 2 years old, this plant, 2 or 3. I've had it in my windowsill in the house, and it's been scraggly. It struggles. It always bears fruit all year. But you only get like one cluster, and it takes like, weeks, and then you can eat off the cluster little by, a couple of berries at a time. And they're extremely sweet, really good. It's like popping candy. I love this plant. So I'm hoping that this will just go crazy in here and get really tall and produce tons of little berries, that I can have and enjoy, versus one at a time over the last 2 years. So I did take a cutting from this and put it in my windowsill, and it is actually about 6 inches tall now. It's rooted and it's in dirt. And so in case anything happens to this one, I have another one growing. And I actually probably will do more cuttings, because I really do like this plant. This is over on this side. I put one of my bigger tomatoes, and I think I broke the stalk. This sun is not doing so well on my phone, and then I cracked the phone lens, so it's hard to see. But anyway, so it died on me. It even had berries on it, or fruit. I can't say berries, fruit. And I don't know. You can see kind of a little bit of green left on that stalk there, but I'm hoping, because tomatoes are like weeds, that it will get established down under and put up some more shoots. So I'm just going to cross my fingers. Here's my other grape plant, starting to get runners. It has a berry cluster or a flower cluster here, and another one there. So this is doing really well. There's another tiny one here. So maybe I might actually have some little grape clusters to at least enjoy this year. We'll see how that goes. And my pepper plants I planted, all of them are doing very well. They darkened up really well. This one is shooting up really tall. This is an Anaheim chili. It's got flower buds. All of them have flower buds on it. Bell peppers. I have a super chili here. This is what is it, a bell pepper? I think this is a bell pepper. Let's see, this is my green one. Oh, wait a minute, no, that's not. What is this? Where'd my tag go on this? Here it is. Oh yeah, this is an orange bell pepper, a green, yellow, and a red bell pepper. And here's my jalapeno, and my habanero. Now these two, I'm not sure why, but they're kind of yellowing on top. I don't know if I'm overwatering them. So if anybody has any suggestions, you can put a comment in the video why these are kind of more yellow than the rest of them. I don't know if it's this particular location, what's in the ground, too much chicken manure, or that's soaked through, or if these just don't like that much water, these two particular plants. I was watering them every day, but I wasn't like super soaking them, but I was getting them wet. Our wind here dries everything out, which is why I put straw. But I don't know. I think that's overwatered for those two plants, so I'm not sure this bell pepper is going to make it. This one's kind of holding steady. It hasn't grown any. My habanero, and I really like habaneros. I didn't do multiple plants of each, like 5 or 6 of the habaneros or whatever, just because right now I'm experimenting with gardening here and with the environment. Everything's got to be protected from the wind, and as you can see, the wind's blowing again, and so forth. So this is the progress of my plants a week later. And let me get through all my junk. Hold on. Okay, here is my plant, my elderberry plant from last year that came up, and we had cool temperatures for almost a week, and so I don't know, it hasn't grown much when it started coming out. this spring, so I'm a bit concerned as to whether maybe this pellet that's trying to block wind is blocking the sun, and so it's not growing as well. It is getting plenty of water,